So hi everyone, my plan today is basically I'm going to go through the new compensation plan explained PowerPoint, which will give you a good overview. I encourage you to actually mute your microphones while you're not speaking. I'll go through each section and then I'll pause and give you a chance to ask questions, but probably, to be honest, it's best to wait till I go through the entire presentation, I think, and then we'll just open up and make sure that you come out of the session completely understanding everything, if that's okay with you.
Yep, fine by me.
Okay. Well, folks, I like to start on time. I appreciate you making the effort today. Bear with me. I'm fighting a bit of a virus at the moment, so I'm feeling a bit nasally. So that's just, yeah, we'll do fine today. Let me just get this PowerPoint ready. Okay. Okay, share screen. Okay. So just give me a yes if you can see the Atmos compensation plan explained. Okay, all good. Fantastic. Okay. So again, just want to give us a small disclaimer. Obviously, this presentation today is not meant to be giving anybody any guarantees of income, but we're all leaders. We all know that you get in what you put out, or you get out of it what you put in. What I want to go through first is the packages, so you understand the contents of the packages. Now we've left out the elite here. The elite is still here, but the elite is only for 100 people. So basically, I just want to focus on the 3 core packs today. I know a lot of you have the elite at the €5,000, and effectively not much has really changed around that. So what I'll do is I'll just go through. So we've renamed these packs to not make them about whether you're in the business or not, because effectively everybody gets access now to all of the packs. There's not separate packs for retail customers and packs for affiliates. Effectively, we've made it more logical in a sense that everyone initially comes in as a customer and you choose the product that you want that suits you, and if you want to actually refer, then you actually become an affiliate and you do the business. But whether you're a customer or an affiliate, you should be able to access all of the different products because they each have intrinsic value in each of these packs. So the Essentials pack is effectively the actual getting started option. €125. It's got 125 commissionable volume. So there's no more volume actually set aside for that monthly commission, because it made it a bit complicated trying to explain to people that they were looking at their commissions and saying, they were thinking they're getting the full 20% on the upfront, but in reality they weren't, because we were setting aside €13 a month for the monthly. So just to keep it really, really simple, the full pack offers the full volumes. €125 gives 125 PV. The renewal is €125. It's got the standard card, and there are different cards now, which we'll go through in the FAQ doc. So with the card limits, they're based around your KYC, because effectively your level of KYC will determine what your spending limits are. We might look at putting in some caps on the spending to match each of the packs, but primarily your spending is based around your KYC. We now call the spending bonus cashback. That was actually more of a compliance issue. From a compliance regulation around the world, cashback doesn't have any issues. Spending bonus can be perceived to have a different connotation. So, and what we've done is, rather than how many actual allocations you get in the cashback program, it's just based around what is the maximum cashback you can get over a 12-month period, again to simplify it. So effectively you can get unlimited entries on your spending each week, but basically the amount of total cashback you get is based on which package that you've bought. And again, okay. So Jake, you're saying I'm a bit garbled. Is there sound coming through fine for everybody else? Just give me a yes if my audio is coming through fine. I've just in a different place today. Should be on pretty good Wi-Fi. Just give me a yes if the audio is coming through loud and clear at your end. Yep. All good? Okay. So basically you can receive up to $1,500 per annum with Essentials Pack. The premium, €250. VIP, €750. The bookings, obviously for the flights, you only start getting those at the premium pack level. With the VIP and the Elite, you get unlimited usage. The Elite pack at €5,000 gives you 5,000 CV. And the maximum cash back at the Elite level, so I know some of you have bought the Elite pack, is $25,000 for the year. Okay, so $1,500 for the Essentials, $3,500 for the Premium, $10,000 for VIP, and $25,000 for the Elite. And what it does, it gives people a reason to upgrade, because if you've already got $1,500 worth of cash back so far, and maybe you're a third into the year, what are you going to do to make sure you can get more? Because again, each, doesn't matter which pack level you're at, you get unlimited allocations in the cashback program based on your spending. So if I spend $10,000 this week, I actually get 100 entries into the program. So I hope that makes sense. The fee reduction, so on the Elite pack at the €5,000, you do get some Ocular tokens with that, which will reduce your exchange fees with Bitcoin to fiat by 50%. There will be an opportunity for everybody to purchase Ocular tokens to reduce their fees as well. But with an Elite pack at $5,000, you ought to get that included. Okay, so what types of people? And this is really important about how we simplified the model. Everybody comes in as a customer. Okay, so there's not a matter of choosing what you are at the start. Everybody comes in a customer. Now, from a compliance and a regulation, that's really good, because the simple logic of this was that until you've actually referred somebody, you're not an affiliate. You're just a customer. Once you've referred somebody and somebody's registered for an account, then you're an affiliate, and your status will change. So there'll actually be a referral link in the back office for every customer, but they won't get access to this full suite of reports to do with the affiliate program until they've done their first referral. Now, that referral could be a free person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a customer, but just means that we have a good database then of customers. So from a compliance point of view, that will really help us if there was ever an audit by the regulators as well. So I hope that sort of makes sense, basically, that everybody effectively is a customer when they start. The affiliates can participate in the compensation plan. So again, as soon as you've referred somebody, free or paid, your status becomes an affiliate. You get 20% on your personal sales. And as we know, you can qualify up to 15 levels of referrals with the commission, which I'll explain in detail as we go through this presentation. The types of earnings available, to keep it really simple, again, there's a direct commission. So if somebody buys any of those packs, there's a direct commission of 20%. And there's the upgrades. And as we know, if you upgrade within 30 days, you only pay the difference of the packs. If you upgrade after 30 days, you pay the full price. But when you upgrade, you get another 12 months at that new pack level. So if I'm in here in October, just bought my pack, and I decide to upgrade, say I'm in December, and I pay the full price, I do get another new 12 months with that new pack. On the renewals as well, you will get the commission. And again, with the renewals, just to go back to that just quickly again, with the packs, your renewal is whatever the pack value is. So we got away with just a fixed renewal, because effectively you're getting all the value of the pack again. So if you're at the VIP level, you pay $750 for the renewal. But if you don't see the value in that in a year's time, you can renew at any pack level. So you might come in as a VIP and renew at the Essentials level. You might come in at an Essentials and renew at the VIP level. You can renew at any pack level that you choose. But it was really important that all of the ingredients of each of these packs was in the renewal pack. You're not getting anything less when you renew. It's no different to when you're joining with a gym membership, or maybe you're any sort of membership or product that you buy. If you're buying the same product again the next year, the price doesn't change. It's the same product. Now that's actually good for commissions because it means that it's driving the same value through. Now, the person coming into VIP typically has either got the money to afford a VIP pack, or they're seriously committed to the business and they want to maximize their earnings by having the VIP pack. So in a year's time, if they haven't done anything with the business, they're probably not going to renew unless they're using the product of the VIP benefits. So I hope that makes sense, but effectively you renew at whatever pack level you choose, but you do pay the normal price. So there's the upfront on the new packs, the upgrades, and the renewals. So where is the monthly? The monthly is on the card spend. So 1% of the card spend of card holders in your referral network is put back through the network. That's coming from the merchant fees. So it's not coming out of your costs. The merchants are paying that out of the fees. So this example here is if you had $1,000 worth of spend and you just did, 2 personals who referred to, so 15 generations, 65,000 people, that would generate $13,000 a month just from $1,000 of card spend per month. So the monthly is no longer coming from the app. The focus on this business was primarily, as explained in the corporate call Friday week back, is on the card, the international bank account, the flights, and all the other benefits around the crypto products and so forth. People just weren't really drawn to the app. So there's not a fee allocated for the app. So there's no longer any monthly allocation for the app. Okay, so simply the full commission on the package up front and a monthly residual on the 1% of card spend. So the weekly cashback program said comes out of the merchant fees. Every $100 of spend generates an allocation. We do not use the word entry. Entry would imply a lottery or a chance of winning. It's an allocation in the weekly cashback payout. So it's really important as leaders that we communicate the right language as we do this. So it's allocations in the cashback program. And you can receive up to $3,200 per allocation, which I'll explain in more detail. So let's look at this. So here's an example of how we explain it. Somebody buys $200 worth of groceries, $50 worth of fuel that week, and $250 worth of normal expenditure at the shops. That's $500. They get 5 allocations, regardless of which pack. So it doesn't matter whether they're in essentials, 125 euros, or all the way through to the elite level at 5,000. Whatever you spend that week, you get that many allocations in it. So it's no longer limited to number of allocations. It's just limited to the amount of total cash back you can get in a 12-month period. So 75 cents from every $100 is rebated back from the merchant fees, and that's funds to cashback. So the allocations generated from the card expenditure are randomly entered, as we know, into a 2x15 level payout structure. Again, it's about language. Let's make, if we talk MLM language of matrices and random matrices, it just, again, a lot of people are going to get turned off. So we're trying to use common sense, simple language. So we put them into a 2x15 level payout structure to calculate cashback payouts. So again, no longer spending bonus, no longer entries, it's allocations, a payout structure, cashback payouts. The amount of cashback you will earn per allocation is based on where your allocations end up in the payout structure that week. So how does it work? Let's assume that we did have exactly 65,534 allocations, filling all the positions in this payout structure. Approximately 50% of people would receive a payout, okay? Because if you look at this, on the last level, level 15, they don't have anybody underneath them where their allocation falls. So you can't earn anything if there's nothing underneath them. So the last row of 32,768 people would not be getting anything that week. And that's why we say 50% of people will get something, which varies. So you'll have one person in this example getting 3,276, 2 people getting 1,600 plus, 4 people getting 800, 8 people getting 400, 16 getting 200, and so forth. So it'll be 16,000 people will get 20 cents. But if everyone's getting something every week, at least 50% of people are, that's a really good outcome. So in this example, let's say that you spent $500 and you had 5 allocations. And let's assume this week there was 1 million cashback allocations were created company-wide. This gives an example that your first allocation might have 12 people underneath it, and that, you know, 2 of them would have nothing underneath them because they're at the lowest level, and another one would have 31,000 underneath it. So these are just the amount of different allocations that will be sitting underneath them. And so that total payout from that 5 allocations would be $1,600 that week. So it just goes to, as an example to show that each allocation, depending on where it ends up in the payout structure, will determine how much they get that week. We've got to be careful not to make, I mean, we all get very turned on by the cashback bonus program, and there's no doubt we want people to be spending, but we've got to be careful not to make that so center stage that it draws the wrong attention to the program as well. Okay, so I'm just going to stop for a minute there. Is there any major questions? Or so what I prefer to do is go through the presentation if I can, and then I'm happy to go back and answer any questions if that's okay with you. The compensation plan is really primarily much the same except for a few little things. So the payout per level has not changed. What's happened is there's a PV requirement, personal volume. Okay, so I'll explain how that works, but effectively the amount of personal volume that you need increases as you get paid on the deeper levels. Now, that personal volume can come from your own purchase, or it can come from your customers. And a customer is someone who has not referred anybody. They've just bought any of the packs, but they haven't referred anybody. As soon as they refer, their status changes from a customer to an affiliate. That's really important. So your 2 personal sales may not necessarily be paid people. They could be that you refer somebody who's a free person, and that person has referred a paid person. So still keeping it very simple, just 2 people, not a lot to ask for. You'll notice there's a group volume requirement now for level 10 down, just to put a bit of work ethic in there. Again, these are not big numbers. We'll explain these numbers in a minute. The only stipulation here is no more than 50% of your group volume can come from one leg. So if I had, 3 people personally enrolled, I couldn't have more than 50% of my volume coming from one of those people from their organization down. Okay, so people will ask you, what's the minimum qualification that I need to start earning on my personal sales and start earning on my team sales? So to keep it really simple, as long as you have 125 of personal volume, you will always get paid on your personal sales. Now, the safest way to get $125 worth of volume is to at least buy an essentials pack. Okay, and we want people to buy packs. We don't want to encourage the free people. Free is an option, but we don't want to make that the focus of the program. We want to get, the product's got to have real value. But if somebody really can't afford to get involved, 125 euros, they can start to make money as a free person. So in this example, what you want to aim to, what I tell people is the best way to ensure that you earn on your personals and start earning on your team sales is to have 250 euros of a premium pack. Okay, that's the best pack to have, and 2 personal sales. Okay, 2 personal sales. So that's the best way to get started. And in this example, you can see here that you bought a premium pack that gives you 250 PV from that pack, but you've also picked up another 250 PV from the customers, because customers don't need their volume. They only need volume when they're an affiliate. Then it matters to them. So anybody who's a customer that you've referred, their volume rolls up to you while they remain as a customer. So I hope that makes sense. So customers don't need their personal volume. You get the benefit of that personal volume, but as soon as they become an affiliate, it changes. So people say, well, okay, what do I need to, what's the ultimate I need to aim for if I'm going to earn all the commissions available? Simply put, be a VIP at 750 euros, have 2 people personally enrolled who've bought a pack of at least essentials or above, and develop 200,000 in group volume. Well, what is 200,000 in group volume? It's 267 VIP packs, 800 premium packs, 1,600 essentials packs. These are not big numbers. And again, that's to earn the full 15 levels. You want a bit of work ethic in there, because the actual dynamic compression, when that kicks in, if you're going to build a sizable team, if you make it too easy to qualify, people are going to block you from your lower levels. You don't want to get paid on just 15 levels. With dynamic compression, you've got the opportunity to get paid potentially on, 20, 30, 50, 100 levels and more below you due to the compression, and I'll explain that in this presentation. So that's why it was a little bit of qualification put in around those group volumes and having a higher personal pack or a higher personal PV, just to make sure that for the leadership who built the big teams, there was a little bit of compression applying as well. Okay, so we have two terminologies called PPV and PV. And again, at first, when I first saw this for the first time, it took me a little bit to get my actual head around it, but when I understood the concept, it makes perfect sense. So basically, the volume, if you're a customer, goes to the actual referrer who enrolled you, because they're an affiliate. Okay, so in this example, you bought a premium pack, you referred Mary, who buys an essentials pack, you would have a total of 375 PV. Okay, because Mary doesn't need that volume. So what in Mary's case, she's got 125 what I call PVP, personal volume pending. So it's pending, it's there in actually waiting, but until she becomes an affiliate. So here's what she's done. She's actually referred Kim, and Kim has bought a pack. Well, Mary now wants the maximum amount of personal volume. So that volume that went up to you from Mary is now removed from you and given back to Mary. Okay, so before you had 250 plus Mary's 125. Now you've just got the 250 from your pack. Mary now gets the volume for her pack, and she's picked up the volume from Kim. Okay, so just give me a yes if that's making sense. But it's basically, it says, customers don't need the volume, so that rolls up to the referrer. But once that referrer actually enrolls somebody, then it gets back to them. Okay, cool. So in this example, group volume, where does that come from? When the system works out group volume is only taking into account the volume from affiliates. Because remember, affiliates' personal volume already includes customer volume. Okay, so in this example, Mary and Dave bought 125 essentials pack, but they picked up another 125 from Mike and Ellen. That's why they've got 250. So you might look at this and say, oh, my group volume should be 500 plus 125 plus 25. But no, Mary and Dave already have, like Mary's already got Mike's volume included in her PV, and Dave's already got Ellen's volume included. So the system will only ever include the volume from affiliates' personal volume. Does that make sense? Okay, so customer PVP, that pending volume, does not count towards your group volume. And again, the system will manage all this for you, but just really important for you as leaders, you understand the basic principle here is that your group volume is simply going to come from the affiliates, and what you'll be adding up the total collectively of all their PV, because it already includes the customer volume. So let's look at some scenarios, okay? So here's John. He's bought an essentials pack, okay? Now, he's just a customer. He hasn't done anything yet. So the 125 PVV from his order goes up to his referrer. PVP represents personal volume pending and is held as a placeholder until John refers his first person. Actual PV is assigned to the referrer temporarily until John personally refers somebody. If John never refers anyone, the PV will always remain with John's referrer. So if you've got 10 customers, let's say you had 5 customers, okay? 5 customers, let's say it's 6 customers at 125. you're going to have 750 PV, which means you've met the maximum requirement for personal volume. So if somebody could come in for free and never buy a pack, but enroll 6 customers at the basic level, and if they remained customers, that would give him 750 personal volume. So this is a great opportunity in the sense that if somebody just wants to go out there and market this and maybe not have a use for the product themselves, they can still qualify for the maximum commissions. Okay, so when this is really important, when the system calculates commissions, it first looks at your current earning title. Okay, so in this example, okay, John, if we go back, John was originally a customer, and okay, so John's original title when he introduced Mary was a customer. Now, to earn on level 1, to earn off his personal referrals, he needs to have 125 personal volume. Okay, so after calculating the commission, it then applies the volume. So John was previously qualified as a customer. Okay, so okay, sorry, that's right. So he's going to earn. So in this situation, he was a customer. He's bought 125 pack. So he's going to earn 25 euros from Mary on level 1 as an affiliate. He now has 250 personal volume, 125 from his own pack. So it applies the volume after it's done the commission. Okay. Does that make sense? So it first looks at what your current earning title is, and then applies the volume after it's calculated commission. So this will make more sense in the next one. So John was previously qualified with 200 PV. If we go back, remember he said here, he had 125 essentials pack and he picked up 125 from Mary. So his previous qualification, he had 250 personal volume. So he's now introduced Dave. So he's going to pick up a 20% commission because he has enough to earn on his personals. He's got his 125 from his own purchase. He now picks up another 125 from Dave. So he's got 375 in total. So he's now qualified for 5 levels because the qualification for 5 levels is I need to have a minimum of 250 PV and I need to have 2 directs. And he's got 2 directs. And his 2 directs must be people who've either bought a pack of 125 or more, or free people with 125 of personal volume. Okay. Next example. So John previously had 375 personal volume and 2 qualifying directs. So he was qualified to earn 5 levels. Mary now brings in Lucy. So John was qualified to earn 5 levels. So he'll now earn the 3% because Lucy's on his level 2. But because Mary is now an affiliate, so they did the commission first, but now it allocates the volume. Well, Mary now is an affiliate. So John's lost that 125 temporary volume from Mary. Mary's got that back. So Mary's now got 250, her own 125 plus Lucy. So John has 250 GV from Mary and is still qualified for 5 levels. Okay. So John was previously qualified with 250 PV and he had 2 qualifying directs. So he's qualified still to earn 5 levels. Dave brings in Mike. Okay, well, he earns 3% on his level 2, so he picks up €3.75. However, the 125 that he had temporarily from Dave is now given back to Dave. So John's left now with only 125 personal volume. He has 250 group volume, because remember it looks at the affiliates underneath John, Mary and Dave. So he's got $500 in total of group volume, but his personal volume now is only what he bought himself, because now Mary and Dave have the volume back because they've now referred somebody, that now they're actually affiliates. So John is qualified now for only 1 level, because to get paid on anything below level 1, you need to have at least 250 of personal volume. So John's either got to upgrade his pack to 250 or go and find another customer to boost up his personal volume. Does that make sense? We'll go through his examples again. So John was previously qualified with 125 and earning 1 level. Okay, so what's happened here is he's introduced Simon. He's gone and found another person. Okay, so John earns 150 euros because it was his personal sale. So he makes 20%. He's now got, so he earned the commission. It does the commissions first and then applies the volume. So he had 125 plus the new 750 from Simon. So he's now got 875 volume. So he's now got 2 directs. He's got his minimum 750 personal volume. He gets paid to 9 levels. Okay, but he needs 5,000 plus in group volume to earn below level 9 because the group volume requirements kick in from level 10 down. So we said John was previously qualified with 875 euros and has 2 qualified directs. So he's qualified for level 9. John earns 750, John earns €7.50, 3% from Ronnie. Ronnie was introduced by Simon. You can see in this example, level 2. Okay. So what happens is that 750 from Simon, that was temporary volume for John, has now gone back to Simon because Simon is now an affiliate. So it does the commissions first, then applies the volume. So John's now left with 125 from his own pack. He's got $1,500 GV from Mary, Dave, and Simon. So he's either got to upgrade his package or get another new referral to earn below level 1. Because again, to earn on level 2 down, you need at least 250 PV. Okay, so here's an example. John joins for free. Okay, he's got no PV, he's got no PVP, he's just come in for free, he's made no purchase. John refers Mary. Remember, he was not qualified to earn any commissions, so he has no personal volume. So the 25 euros from Mary will roll up to John's sponsor, to the next person who's qualified. So does the commission first based on what rank he was at, what title he had, and then applies the volume. But he's now got 125 personal volume, so he's now qualified for future sales to earn on his personal referrals. Okay, John brings in his second sale. Remember, he joined for free. So he'll now earn the 20% commission because he now has the minimum 125 personal volume. Plus he's got temporary volume from both Mary and Dave. So he's got a total of 250 personal volume and he's got 2 personal referrals. So he's now qualified for 5 levels. Remember, John has bought nothing yet. He's bought no packs. He came in for free, but he's now qualified for 5 levels. He didn't get paid on his first sale, but from his second sale onwards, he is now qualified. So John was previously qualified for 5 levels because he had 125 personal volume plus the minimum plus 2 qualified directs. John earns €3.75 from Lucy, who was brought in by Mary. Mary's become an affiliate now because she's referred Lucy. So John now only has 125 personal volume because Mary takes back her volume. Okay, she's moved from a customer status to an affiliate. So John now has 250 GV from Mary. Remember, group volume only comes from the affiliates. So John is now qualified for level 1 only because remember, he only has now 125 personal volume. To get earning below level 1, you need to have 250. Well, both Mary and Dave have now referred somebody. Dave's brought in Mike, okay? Now, he was qualified for level 1, but he wasn't qualified below that. So the 3% is going to go to John's upline because he wasn't qualified to earn on Mike, okay? So the commission from Mike's purchase is going to skip John and go upline to John's sponsor. Now, John has no personal volume now because both his customers have referred somebody and they're now affiliates and they get back that temporary volume. So he's got no volume of his own. So he's got to go and find another customer or upgrade and buy a pack to remain qualified on personal sales. So remember, what's happened now is he's gone and brought in Simon, his third sale, but he wasn't qualified because he had no personal volume. So the 150 euros from Simon's order, Simon's purchase, goes to John's upline. But now John has 750 of personal volume because Simon's a customer. So his volume temporarily goes to John. So John's now qualified to earn 9 levels because he's got at least the 750 and he's got 2 directs. He's got Mary and Dave, 2 qualified. He's actually got 3 directs. Okay. So you can see here that somebody free can continue to earn, but ultimately they should be aiming towards getting a pack or maintaining some customers. Okay, so Simon now has changed to an affiliate because he's brought in Ronnie, who's purchased a premium pack at 250 euros. Remember, John was qualified to 9 levels, so he'll earn off Ronnie. He'll get to 3%, but he now has no personal volume because that temporary volume from Simon is given back to Simon. So he's not qualified for any level. He's either got to buy a pack or go and find another customer. Okay, here's the third example. John purchases 750 VIP pack and he personally refers 2 free customers. Okay, so basically, let's look at how that works. He was previously qualified for level 1 because he has at least 125 minimum personal volume. So he brings in Mary. She's a free customer. She hasn't bought anything, so he doesn't earn anything yet. Okay. And then he brings in Dave. Again, hasn't done anything. So there's no personal volume here. Even though they're 2 directs, they don't have any PV. So he's not qualified for anything except level 1. Mary introduces Lucy. Lucy buys a pack. Okay. John earns the 25 euros, 20% from Lucy, because Mary was not qualified to earn on Lucy. Because remember, Mary was a free person. She had no personal volume, so she was unqualified in on Lucy. So that commission from Lucy rolls up to John. So he makes 20% on that. John is still qualified for level 1. He's got a minimum because he needs to have that minimum of 750 plus 2 directs, but both directs have no personal volume. Now Dave brings in Mike. Remember, Dave wasn't qualified either. Dave had no personal volume, so that commission from Mike also rolls up to John. John now has 250 group volume from Mary and Dave, and he's now got 2 qualifiers, okay? Mary and Dave are now his qualifiers, even though they didn't buy a pack personally. They are qualifiers because they've each got 125 personal volume. Their personal volume came from their customers. And that's why we said your 2 qualifiers can either be people who've actually bought a pack or they can be free people who've referred a customer. Either way. So now John is qualified for 9 levels because he has 750 personal volume from his own pack and he's got 2 free people who enrolled a customer, each have 125. Okay, John was qualified for 9 levels before. He gets 20% from Simon, his third sale. That's not a problem. And he's now got 750 volume from his own VIP pack, and he's got another 750 of temporary volume from Simon. So he's got 1,500 of personal volume. So he's still qualified for 9 levels. Simon brings in Ronnie, okay? John still got 750 personal volume from his own pack, and John is still qualified for 9 levels, okay? So he earns the 3% on Ronnie because he was qualified for 9 levels. Okay, so I'm just going to open it up before we go any further if you've got any questions about this. That's it. The few key things to understand is, 1, it calculates the commission on your current status, then applies the volume from the sale. Okay, that's the important thing in order of priority. Calculates the commission based on your current status, calculates the commission, and then applies the volume. Customers don't need the volume, so their volume goes to the sponsor as temporary volume. So I'm going to open up. Has anybody got any questions? Feel free to just turn on your mic or your video and ask before I go any further. Is it all clear so far? So it's a very fair and equitable model in a sense that free people can come in and get busy and start earning. Because as soon as they get their first customer, they are now qualified for all future sales. Before they had to do, 2 personal sales and then 5 and then 7 and all these high qualifications. Now, almost from their second customer, after they got their first customer in, they can start earning. You guys still with me? Have I lost you? Cool. Okay. Glad we're all clear. Okay. Dynamic compression. Let's look at how that works. So the system, when a sale is created, looks up a maximum of 15 qualified levels in the line of referral to see who's qualified. This is how you can get paid on more than 15 levels. Here's an example. Somebody buys a VIP pack at 750 personal volume. 20% will be earned by the person on level 1. The person on level 2 who's qualified to 2 levels will get paid 3%. The next person gets paid 3%. This next person up line was not qualified to get paid on 4 levels. So the system skips him, doesn't assign any commission to him, finds the next person who is qualified for 4 levels. Next person qualified at level 5. This person is not qualified for level 6, so it skips them until it finds someone who is qualified for 6 levels. The next person, okay, who's qualified for level 9? Not this person. Okay, so that person doesn't get a commission. So you can see here, it always skips the person who's not qualified. So effectively, you could be paid on much more than 15 levels, which is why you want those other minor qualifications for the deeper levels, because that can end up paying you a substantial amount of money beyond your 15 levels due to dynamic compression. Okay, so that's a really important feature for leadership. Because again, if it's just too easy, everyone's going to block you from your deeper levels, and it will limit your income potential. And we all know how compression can affect us. So on a scenario, the scenario I'd basically say to people is this, that if you referred 2 affiliates in 30 days, and you basically just duplicated that every 30 days for 15 months, it ends up at about 800,000 euros over a 15-month period, and they would be earning the 13,000 US dollars per month from the fees as well that's generated. So I just say to people, would it be worth 15 months? Basically, do you think it's plausible to find 2 people in 30 days? Yep. Do you think it's plausible to help those 2 people find 2 in 30 days? Yes. So this is a scenario. It's not unrealistic. Of course, to fast track this, don't stop at 2. Keep bringing new people in all the time and shorten the time frame. Just get busier. I mean, most of us can go and find 2 people on our first day if we got serious about this. So there's certainly opportunity to shorten that time frame from 30 days to 2 weeks or to 1 week or 48 hours. And obviously, so the 3 factors that people can accelerate this plan is shorten the time window to introduce people, keep referring more than 2, and also get people to be aiming for the VIP at the 750 level, obviously, and just duplicate that. Okay, so is there anything you want me to go through? You want me to go through the packs again? You want me to go through the comp plan again? Is it all making sense so far? Is there anything you've got any questions? Now's your time to ask. I want to make sure that you as leaders come off this call understanding. Next week, we're going to do some more opportunity webinars, and I'm going to do a general training session on Wednesday as well. So feel free to either text chat in a question or turn on your mic and ask a question. These documents, this presentation, the FAQ PDF, and the opportunity overview presentation are now going to the graphic designer. We've got the new logo design finalized as well. So all that's being done. So these presentations hopefully will be ready next week to get out to everyone. So any questions? Razaz, Adam, Josh, Tak, anybody? Or did I do such a great job? No questions. All good? Okay, so give me a thumbs up or a yes that you understand everything that's going on. All good? Okay. So look, one thing I've really stressed for everyone too is that basically let's take advantage of this 2-week period. I'm going to aim to do 2 or 3 webinars next week. We did 3 last week. They went across really well. There's actually a recording of the webinars in the Telegram chat of the corporate call that we did. There's a recording of the opportunity presentation, which has a little bit on the comp plan as well. I will record this one and get it out to everyone. And we will also record next week's sessions. But I need your support. Let's drive some numbers. Let's not use this actually 2 weeks to go to sleep. Let's use this 2 weeks to lay the foundation moving ahead. On November 5, let's create some massive action. So let's not have everyone doze off. Get people organized with their Bitcoin so they're ready to upgrade or ready to get their first pack. Get them lined up with their first 2 qualifiers. Let's make sure that we finish this period on November 4 with everyone having their 2 qualifiers ready to upgrade if they haven't done so already. Have people ready to upgrade their current pack to a higher level. Let's really get people onto the webinars. We've got the actual capacity to have up to 500 people on the webinar. So let's see if we can push the numbers. Thanks everyone. Appreciate your time on your weekend. I'll look forward to getting some updates out to you over the next 24 hours about the times for the webinars next week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy. Talk to you again soon.